Hello people, today I want to answer the age-old question of why the hell do pro players still die to gank sometimes? And I will show you 3 reasons in this game, according to the 3 times that Zeus got successfully ganked this game, for why I suspect that is. I'm just going to make some educated guesses. As you might have noticed, I am in fact not Zeus, so sadly I cannot tell you exactly what's going on in his head, but I will try my darndest. So let's first observe the drafts and the early plans for both teams. Firstly, we can notice that Aiming and Kellen are playing Kalista Rel in a Giga counter matchup. Ash is a very well-known Kalista counter, and Renata is really good against Rel because she can just deny every engage, which makes this kind of weird for Damwon, because usually you want to play around the Kalista really hard, have to gank it a lot, but in this case it's kind of difficult. So what Damwon decide to do to make it playable is, as you can see, play invade bot level 1 and go for a quote-unquote split map. And T1 noticed this. You can see they do like missing pain here, and then like they're gonna see Aiming and Kellen walk really weirdly here. So T1 know at this point that Damwon is doing a split map, well, or are thinking that Damwon are doing split map, when they in fact aren't. So what would usually be happening now is Lucid clears these camps, and then goes into his bot side, and then Owner is forced to go into top side, and then they just play standard split map, right? But Lucid doesn't do that. What Lucid does here is he just takes this one blue and then walks back to his bot side, takes 3 camps, 4 actually. Then after that, he just straight runs top. And this is going to be the first reason why pro players get ganked successfully, which is the enemies that are pulling off the gank are just doing really crazy things. So in this case, Lucid just ends up dropping a lot of his camps, and you can see his pathing as well, by the way, look at this. So he walks here, then he walks through mid lane, anticipating that Owner is in his top side, and possibly having warded here, runs through mid lane instead. Then, anticipating that Zeus may have warded this, he walks all the way back here, through here, and then Kingen takes the angle, and they get the gank onto Zeus. And then they force a splash here, and the exhaust. And that's how successful gank number 1 happens. So reason number 1 why pro players still gank successfully, well, sometimes the pathings are just freaking crazy. And then you can see Owner takes full topside, and now Lucid is just 2 camps behind, right? That's the price he has to pay for a successful gank. But the thing about a ranged top laner having flashdown is, well, you can gank him again pretty easily. So what happens now is Lucid clears the bot, they kind of chill, and you can see Zeus now has a slow pushing wave on top lane into Kingen's Rumble, who now has spells in points and spells rather, so a lot of damage on his basic abilities now. And well, you can guess twice what Lucid's gonna do now. He will gonna run straight up. And Zeus just doesn't have that much counterplay here. Like, this man knows for sure he's about to get ganked, because he is a flashless TF, and this is the perfect race for him to get ganked on, and he has 0 vision. So this man knows he is about to get ganked. And the typical thing here to do is to stay in XP range to make sure you at least get XP, and then you have to drop gold, which is also exactly what Zeus does. Unfortunately for him, that is not enough to stay safe here, because he just gets completely roasted by Rumble, and then Lucid finds a really nice Q. So, second reason why pro players die to ganks, they know they're coming, and they think they're respecting, but they're not respecting hard enough, because they underestimate how hard an enemy team is willing to commit. And then, well, at this point you can already guess that they are not having a whole lot of fun playing this game. And you can actually see here, I can't exactly explain this to you, but the wave state you can see on the minimap is still the same. And so Zeus knows that if he walks up again, then he might just get ganked again, so he doesn't even bother walking up, and instead, you can see on the minimap, this man is just doing Krugs. And I could kinda explain it to you if he was actually doing Krugs, but he's not actually doing Krugs. He's just taking the small one, and then he's kiting around the large one for fun. Like, I don't know what this is. You can't really see it now. I think they show it in a second. Where, like, he lets it reset for the second time now. And maybe he just let the Krog reset twice, but honestly, I don't think that Zeus does that. Anyway, so yeah, either there's something Pipette going on here that I don't understand, or he's just tilted. And then here you can see by the way he's moving, by the way, that he is really afraid of getting dove on this slow push by Kingen. Because again, he's still flashless, and then Kingen is 2 levels ahead of him, so he's gonna have a truckload of damage. So he moves up Owner and Faker in an effort to cover the dive, and then DK don't go for it because, well, diving against 2 members pretty damn rough. so for now nothing happens. But you can see after this bot skirmish, Kellen ends up dying, and, well, guess what? Zeus has a slow pushing wave back into down 1, and Kellen has a timer, because now aiming is going to be just pushing this wave while Guma is dead, and then he gets to reset, so aiming doesn't need Kellen for a while now. What does that mean? Well, Kellen gets to go top lane and toy some more with down 1 Kia's favorite plaything being Zeus. And they're going to show us replay in a second, but while they're showing this, Kingen is actually walking back here, and then is about to stand right here. Yeah, you can see him down right. Now this man is just sitting here with Hex Flash. This is the exact same situation as before, by the way, where Zeus should be respecting and just taking XP, but even if he just takes XP, he will get killed here. And this time he sort of knows, but he still doesn't respect enough. And I think at this point, you can see that it's kind of tilt because, well, look at the face of this man, by the way. This is the face of a man who is having a lot of fun, and yeah, look at that. So yeah, third reason why pro players sometimes get ganked successfully tilt. And then the last thing I want to highlight is a really smart counterplay by T1 to this whole top lane situation, because as you can see, the wave is still really screwed for Zeus. Like, he can't break this on his own, and of the T1 members, no one is remotely close to helping him, right? Owner is bot side, carrier is bot side, Faker is mid and can't really move. So what they do is Zeus says, screw it, I'm gonna ult, I'm gonna cancel Candle Space, and then I will port to mid lane. Why is he porting to mid lane? Well, if all down 1 members are top side, that means that their bot side is undefended. So owner and carrier are gonna run into bot side, and Zeus will catch this mid wave, letting Faker move to bot side as well. And well, they're just gonna Uno reverse count the whole play under your tower, and you have to do Bugs play onto aiming, who now has to drop this entire wave. And some plates, forcing also the dumb 1 top side, or, well, the members that are able to move, so Kellen and Lucid, to move to bot lane and cover the dive. And that means that Zeus can now play the game again. So yeah, I hope that was a sufficient summary of why pro players sometimes still die to ganks, even though, well, we say that ganks should be kind of obvious and be easy to read. And yeah, if you have any feedbacks, let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.